Okay, boys and girls, this is our special bonus episodes, our NFL Pick'ems. A couple things first. You need to go check out Boss Shot Shells, Pacific Calls, Dive Bomb Industries, Dirty Duck Coffee, Shin Gear, The Looking Glass Podcast, Lucky Duck, Ducks Unlimited, Double T British Kennels, Mossberg, Stanfield Hunting Outfitters, Alpha Outdoor Specialties, and Hemp Hill Farms. Also, go over to our YouTube channel right now, The First Family of Waterfowl. Season 2 is out now. Every Thursday night, new episodes come up. Go hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel, The Big Honker Podcast. All right, it is week 2 in the NFL, and our guest picker today is none other than the great Blake Poppe. Jeff is in the lead, guest second. I'm third, but I'm making a comeback this week. Hydroplane one time, and he let off the gas. That's how he got down to 80.
Blake, it hurt, and it scared me.
Well, yeah, that's scary.
We took out 20 of those little posts with the wires in between them, about 20 of them, and it shot us across the road in the ditch. And the best part about the whole thing is after we called the ambulance and the cops, is Tony got out to see how bad things were, and he walked around the truck, and he started screaming. I thought, oh, fuck, he broke his leg in the wreck. He hit his fucking receiver hitch on his knee.
That does hurt.
All right, we'll get right to this because I know you're busy.
All right, here we go.
Welcome to the Big Honker Podcast and our NFL Pick'em brought to you by Boss Shot Shells. I'm Jeff Stanfield with the world famous Andy Shaver.
And we got the one and only Mr. Blake Poppe on the line here today, our guest picker, right in the middle. He's shutting down his farm for the next 10 minutes to entertain you degenerates.
How's the honeymoon going, Blake?
It's busy. Busiest honeymoon in the history of honeymoon.
Have you had your ass chewed out for something that you absolutely have nothing to do with yet?
Not yet.
Oh, it's
Not
coming.
Yet. Not yet.
It's coming.
Not yet.
No, you got a good one. That's not going to happen. I got faith in there.
Andy's lying out of his teeth. I'm telling you it's going to happen. Ask Robert next to you if you ever get your ass chewed out for no reason at all when you're married. He'll tell you. Okay. Here's the deal. Last week, we had Trevor Shanahan on here, and Trevor Shanahan came in second. He gave me a pretty good run. Trevor was 13-5 with his bonus picks. Andy was 8-9, and I was 14-4.
Ouch.
So Andy's already dug himself a 5-game hole against me. First game is Thursday night, 2-9.
So you're picking first, right?
Yeah, I picked first this week.
And then the guess, and you, Blake, and then me.
Yes.
All right.
I have a feeling that's the way it's going to be all year long.
I'm going to set myself apart this week.
Okay, here we go. First game, Minnesota at Philadelphia. Philly's favored by 6. I'm going to take Philadelphia.
I'm going to take Philly, and that's my lock.
Okay. I am going to take Minnesota, and that is my upset. Just got 2 points back on you boys.
Okay. Green Bay is playing at Atlanta, and Atlanta is favored by 1. I'm going to take Atlanta.
I'll take the Falcons.
Packers. Got 3 games on you now. Boy, y'all are making this easy on me this week.
Good.
I appreciate y'all.
Las Vegas is at Buffalo. Buffalo's favored by 8. That is my lock. Buffalo.
I'm going to take Vegas, and that's my upset.
Ooh, he loves what he's seen out of Jimmy G. Josh Allen reigns it in this weekend. It is going to be Buffalo.
Okay. Baltimore at Cincy. Cincy's favored by 3.
Go Cousin Joe.
I'm taking Baltimore. And that is my upset of the week.
Cousin Joe all the way.
Cousin Joe, baby. Times 2.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Seattle's at Detroit. I'm taking the Lions.
Lions. Give me the Lions.
Give me the Lions at home. Jared Goff for 350 and 4 touchdowns.
The San Diego, Los Angeles Chargers are at Tennessee. Chargers are favored on the road, and I am going to take – I don't know why I'm taking the Chargers. Their coach is a fucking dumbass. He's going to get fired before Jimbo Fisher does, I think. There's no reason they'd be as bad as they are, but I'm going to take the Chargers.
I got Titans.
Who'd he say?
Who'd you say, Titans?
Yep.
Blake's going Titans. I am going to follow Blake and go Titans.
Yep.
Because Blake likes the Chargers, and listen, if Blake sees something, Andy needs to see something.
That's right.
That's right.
Derrick Henry and his old dookie tail hanging out of the back of his helmet might have 300 yards in this game. Okay. Chargers.
Nope.
Or
Didn't do that.
Chicago, I'm sorry. Chicago at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's favored by 2. Is Baker Mayfield going to, put them in the playoffs? 1-0. I'm going to have to go with Tampa Bay because I just don't think Chicago's offense is better than the junior high team.
You sound like one win price changing.
So who are you taking?
I'm with you, Jeff.
Tampa Bay. Andy?
I'm with you.
We'll go Tampa Bay. How about that?
Kansas City at
We'll all be wrong.
Kansas City at Jacksonville. My Super Bowl picks Jacksonville. I'm going with Jacksonville.
Kansas City at Jacksonville?
Yeah. And Blake's taking Jacksonville.
There's no way Kansas City drops 2 games.
You taking Kansas City then?
There's no way Kansas City drops 2 games. So I'm going for that. I'm going Kansas City.
Let me tell you something right now. Have y'all seen who Travis Kelce's dating now?
Taylor Swift, baby.
She's going to write a song about a tight end busting her ass and popping her cherry. It's going to be coming along pretty soon.
I think that. I don't know.
You don't know what? She'll be singing all about how you broke her heart. Okay, next game, Indianapolis at Houston. Oof. Man. I'm going to take the Texans.
I'll take the Colts.
Colts, Anthony Richardson. I'm going better quarterback here.
Ooh, I don't know if he's better.
Better.
Okay, San Francisco at the Rams. San Francisco might go 17-0. I'll take San Francisco.
Niners all day long.
Niners.
The New York Football Giants against the Cardinals. New York Giants.
Yep. Give me the Giants.
Giants.
The Jets against the Dallas Cowboys.
Ooh.
I'm taking Dallas every game.
I'm taking Dallas.
Dallas, and I feel bad for whoever's quarterbacking for the Jets. They are going to get the shit kicked out of them. It's going to be a very physical ball game, and the quarterback is going to take a beating.
I think Dak gets sacked a bunch too. I think both quarterbacks
Might be a low-scoring affair.
Probably so. I saw where Brandon Cooks is not playing this week, so Dallas is down a receiver too.
Right.
But the Jets are down a quarterback.
A good one.
The Redskins versus the Broncos. I'm taking Washington, D.C.
Give me the. Who'd you say?
The Redskins and the Broncos. I'm taking the Redskins.
That's not their name.
Well,
Just give me the Commanders.
I'm calling them. Fuck them. That sounds like a Trojan fucking condom. You're taking D.C. too then?
No
Okay.
donkeys.
You're taking D.C. also?
Yeah.
All right. Miami at New England. I'm taking New England.
Oh, give me Tua.
Huh. Give me Tua.
Impressive.
Tua
He
times
did
2.
look good, but Belichick's a lot better coach than the guy at San Diego is.
Tyreek's going to have another big game.
I bet he don't.
Whatever.
Okay. New Orleans at Carolina. I'm taking the Saints.
Give me the Saints.
Saints. Better quarterback.
And Monday Night Football. Actually, there's 2 Monday Night Footballs.
Wait, what game Sunday night?
Sunday night's New England and Miami.
Oh.
And then New Orleans and Carolina play Monday night, and so does Cleveland.
Fuck.
And Cleveland and Pittsburgh.
Jesus.
I'm taking Cleveland.
Give me the Brownies.
Cleveland and Pittsburgh?
At Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
At Pittsburgh. All right. There we go.
Thank you, Blake. I hope your harvest goes so well for you and you make a ton of money.
Is it drying up there?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, it's dry. They're calling for rain today and tomorrow, though, so we'll see. We hope so to get some wheat in the ground.
We had a half inch of rain this morning.
Oh, you're not worried about getting corn out? You want to get wheat in the ground?
Yeah, corn will be all right. We need to get some moisture in the ground so we can get wheat up.
Makes a lot of sense.
I will see you in 2 months.
Okay.
Love you. Bye.
See you. Bye.
Love you.
That's the great Blake Poppe.
That is. Busy man. Harvest season. All right. There was something that I was going to bring up.
Wasn't the Taylor Swift deal?
No.
I saw that, and it was kind of interesting on that.
It was something like that had some substance to it.
I thought Kelsey liked dark women.
Yeah, I don't think he really minds. Either way.
Well, Taylor Swift's not a bad-looking woman.
No, she's very good looking.
She'd be hard to date, though.
I've never had the opportunity. I've never met her, so.
I just anybody in that situation would be a tough thing to do. Don't you think?
Yeah, I would probably think so.
I thought he was sleeping with the girl whose parents own the Chiefs, that daughter. I thought he was a lot of pictures of her. She's as good looking too. What's
sad is that Hunt girl's got more money than Taylor Swift, or will have more money.
I don't know about that. I don't think so.
No?
No. That Hunt girl is going to be one of about 10 siblings that are going to inherit that program one day, probably. So she's going to cut the Hunt fortune. First of all, you ain't doing bad with either one of them. Taylor Swift, it's her money.
280 million is what?
On.
Wait a second. 280 million according to Forbes, but now there's another article that came out 740.
For who?
Taylor Swift.
Oh, Taylor Swift's got a lot more money than the Hunt girl does. Taylor Swift could buy the Chiefs in a couple more years, probably.
The Hunt family net worth is reported to be 15.5 billion.
Well, that's counting the Chiefs organization's probably worth 5 of it. But anyways, $15 billion, but you split all that money up between all those kids and families and stuff, and Taylor Swift's got more money.
So do the math for me here.
What do you want me to
If
figure
you
out?
split up 15 billion
If you split it
by 10.
Well, there's more than that. Let's say it's probably 30 people, because all the grandkids and kids and everything, she'd be worth about $500 million.
This says 20 billion. So it's getting better.
They're worth a lot, but
all oil?
Well, oil and football, and they own all kinds of venues. They own
originally.
the Frisco Park. I think all oil. But you know what? If you read the story on Lamar Hunt and how they started the NFL or the merger and stuff, it's a pretty interesting guy. He wanted a team in New York City or somewhere, Boston or something, and they wouldn't let him have one. And him and Bud Adams got together, the guy that owns the Oilers at the time, and decided, fuck it, they're going to build him the deal. And the guy that owns Buffalo.
Fuck it.
And started their own league, and then they intertwined with the NFL, and best thing ever happened to sports.
2 good shows on Netflix. I've just started. One is just like an hour-long documentary. I've mentioned this book several times, called Ordinary Men, and it's how a police unit in Nazi Germany became guys that were just doing roundups to actually, they were a killing unit.
And this is a documentary?
It's on Netflix.
What's the name of it?
Ordinary Men.
I'll check it out.
I'm going to reach out to the author. I doubt I'll hear anything back, but...
What's your other one?
Painkiller.
You've watched it for a while, though.
No, that was Dope Sick. It was on Hulu. Netflix, I guess, copycat, saw Hulu had a good show, Dope Sick, so they did Painkiller.
But it's the same story.
Same story, told kind of a different way. I've watched the first episode, but this goes more in depth into so far the episode I've seen is just kind of how the Sackler family got started. So I did not realize this. I watched Dope Sick, but I didn't realize that the grandfather that started the Sackler Foundation, he was a lobotomist. And then he got hooked up with Valium, was his first major drug. And then it's just progressed into what it is today.
I watched or read
Painkiller, but I'm telling you, I've only watched half of Ordinary Men. I was watching it last night when I was editing podcasts, and then I wasn't devoting my entire attention to it. It's something that needs my entire attention to it, but you better have a strong stomach, because there's a lot of pictures in there from World War II and the things that they did, and it's naked
vile world,
naked women holding their babies, and all of them are about to be shot in the back of the head. So like, it's tough.
But the Holocaust wasn't real.
Men stripped down, like they would have men. They'd take the Jewish men and like they would tell them to just go start digging, and they would dig a trench. They'd get everybody to stand in there and then just. But here's the thing. So here's what the whole book is about. And I've read the book, very good book. Here's where the paradox kind of comes in, is none of them had to do it. Their commander came up and said, okay, we've got a very, very tough mission today. We're going into this town, and the orders are to kill 1,500 Jewish people that living in it. All of them. Men, women, children, babies. If you're Jewish, you got to go. And he told them, you do not have to do this. If you can't do it, you can step out right now, and nobody will. You're not going to get in trouble. Like, you don't have to do it. And all of them but 2 said they would.
Do you really believe they wouldn't let them if they didn't do it?
Nothing happened to the 2 guys.
I didn't know that. That's interesting.
But he did. He said none, because now everybody says, well, their families were threatened, and you know, if they didn't go along, their families were going to be killed. But like, it's all through history and documents that they've uncovered. Like, it was spelled out. You do not have to participate in this.
Coach Tyler, our football coach in high school, me and Tony's, he was 5'10", weighed 220 pounds. Solid man. 65 years old, still bench pressing 250. I mean, he was a great guy. Played football at LSU. Anyways, he was on I don't think it was a Bataan death. I think he was a prisoner of war in Germany. But he told me one time that he got down to like 140 pounds when they rescued him, or 130.
Yeah.
He told me that they caught a live chicken and they ate it raw to have something to eat, because they knew if they cooked it that the Germans would
smell it.
Yeah, just a different. That was a whole different life there. Just horrible. And that's what one of the things that bothers me about the world we live in now. We've forgotten about all that. I watched a new show on Netflix called Special Ops. A guy from the podcast.
I've seen that.
He messaged me and said, "Hey, you need to watch it." And it's really good.
Was that the one that's got Osama bin Laden on the?
They do.
Or is that Spy Games?
No, they go to all different ones. That one of them is Spy Ops.
Ops.
They went to the first one they did was the 9/11.
Okay.
And the CIA agents that went in, and they took $3 million cash with them to get these warlords together, and that was a pretty interesting deal. And then the second one is, I can't remember what the second one was. But all of them have been. I'm on story 3, and I can't remember what all of it. Third one's in World War II,
right? But
showing different things the CIA has done. But the whole time I'm watching, I'm thinking, I don't trust this shit though, anyways, because I don't trust CIA. But it was very interesting how things worked.
Ordinary Men, it's an hour-long episode. It's just one episode, so yeah, you get to hell one step at a time. I recently posted a video. The snowflakes came at me. It was, and I've read it. I read it to Wyman, and recently just read it to the guy from Combat Waterfowl. But it was about how if you were born in 1900, you saw all these. I got a lot of hate.
Why?
People that don't think that, they think that today, the things that are going on today outweigh what those people went through.
Not even close.
With housing market tripling, we had 9/11, we've had 20 years of war since then.
What would you compare Pearl Harbor to? Nothing.
Right.
Now, 9/11 would be close, but it was not a deal where they attacked our military. It was a cowardly fucking attack, terror attack.
It was across. Usually, YouTube skews negative no matter what we do. YouTube is always, you're gonna see people's asses there. But like even TikTok, it got pretty vile.
I don't understand why people would be upset with that. Those people had nothing. The Dust Bowl. People lived in houses. Have you ever seen the pictures of the houses during the Dust Bowl?
Yeah,
they had gaps in them. You could see through a house, so it was just terrible.
Yeah. Breaking news: you're not a kid today. You've already established via the cheaper prices and families after those tragedies being closer than ever. You make money from the internet currently, but the internet wouldn't be what it is if it weren't for kids today, which is probably not true.
So what's the argument? The argument is
pornography is what drove the internet. If I had the drive, anyway, that's one. Let's see. Oh, those are the ones I didn't respond to.
I just don't think you can compare it to people today that have iPhones, internet, air conditioning, food, water, clean water, and if something happens, they have a safety net called the U.S. government that provides food and shelter for them. They didn't have that stuff in the teens and the 20s and 30s. I don't think they had government housing. So I'm not saying people today don't have it hard, but today's hard is a lot different than it was today. And I feel sorry for people that can't afford to buy a house. It's absolutely insane.
It's not going to let me. I don't know why I can't look at all the comments.
So
anyway, it doesn't
you opened
matter.
up a bunch of people.
Oh my goodness! Like all of them were basically talking about just how, like kids today are basically tougher than back then.
No,
and
not even close.
And I consider myself one of the kids today. I'm 35, but I still consider myself to be lumped into that group. And you look at the things that these kids did in World War II, and then after that, and it's like it doesn't even compare. But whatever.
If I had to take today's 18-year-old kid and mass draft them like it happened during World War II,
right,
and had them fight for us, we would be in big trouble but except for about 15% of those
well,
kids.
maybe that's what I should have said on there.
If you took those kids back to in the 40s that went through that, 85% of those kids were doers. I'm sure there was 15% of fuck-ups on the deal. But I think the numbers have flipped nowadays. There's not 15% of the kids I trust. You can go up to our little high school up here. There's not 15% of kids got any bottom to them because society's the same way. I mean, it's just the way it is in the world that we live in today. Now, we've all adapted to what life we have.
Yes.
Like I grew up without an air conditioner. My kids wouldn't know you guys wouldn't know what to do without having an air conditioner. You had it your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you just adapt and go with it. But I don't think there's any place that you can say that in the world that the people that seen more change were the people that was born in 1900 that lived to 1980.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Anyway.
Anyways,
some people
saw
it, some people didn't, but 1924 Native Americans weren't allowed to vote until 54 years after the 15th Amendment, 6 years after World War I, not U.S. citizens until 1924. Less than 100 years. Okay, here's somebody. 2001, 9/11 wars in the Middle East that ended in 2023. 2008, economy dies. Civil wars around the world. 2011, tsunami in Japan.
Seriously?
Economy still sucks. The economy does still suck.
1908, Galveston wiped off the fucking planet by a fucking hurricane.
Yeah.
19.
Oh, yes, the good old days when you could be 19 and marry a 12-year-old. Yes, both Iraq wars, war on terrorism, housing bubble, fentanyl, meth epidemic, COVID, and soon World War III. Then one person tried to throw out COVID facts, and he got demolished.
Does anybody ever read a history book?
Yeah.
Look, how many people died in the Iraqi, Iranian, Afghanistanian Desert Storm wars? 30,000 people?
We've looked at this, and I never can remember.
But it's not a huge number. Now, if you've lost someone, it's a huge to you, and I'm not trying to knock that down at all. So I don't want anybody coming at me that. I've got a son in the military. I don't disrespect our military.
You sound like Biden right now.
I know, but I'm not disrespecting them. But it's a fact. If you're talking about overall numbers,
You just look at numbers.
Yes.
Let's see. The Gulf War. Fuck, it did it again. Okay, so total this column. I had to figure out what column I was in. World War I, it was 116,000. World War II, 405,000. Vietnam, 58,000. Gulf War.
16,000?
No, I don't know. This is 90 to 91. 294 people.
294 people. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just say it's
the
five.
war in Afghanistan, 2,300 people.
Okay. Let's say it's 10,000 people. Let's just say 10,000 people. You have 50 states.
That's deaths. That's not
right. No,
wounded or any of that.
Right.
That's deaths.
But you got 50 states. That means there was 200 people from each state on average that passed away fighting for our freedom over there.
Right. Iraq War, 4,500.
Okay. So I said 10,000. Just all of those together, lumped together.
Well, and it says wounded total. It's with when you factor in wounded, it's 36.
But we lost 500,000 at World War II. World War II, what none of us know, because I wasn't here then either, is there was a car would come to town, a green car, and it had a white star on it. And when it drove through your town, everybody's heart stopped because that meant someone from your town passed away.
Yeah.
And it happened all the time. There was 10,000 people from every state, on average, passed away during World War II. That time frame, not counting the people hurt, not counting ones missing and injured, just died. 10,000 from every state. No, that would be wrong. It would be 1,000. There was a 500,000, right? There's 50 states times 10,000. No, 1,000 would be 50,000. That'd be 1,000 people from every state. But every community lost someone in World War II. Every community. You're going to have a hard time finding a community that didn't have someone that didn't get killed. Our church that we go to up there, they got a sign, a remembrance of a boy from our town that died in 1945. I think it was in somewhere in the South Pacific.
I wonder why the numbers are different here. So total U.S. deaths, I said World War II had 405.
Yep.
That's the column total.
Yes.
Right?
It's only second behind the Civil War.
Well, you scroll down here, and it says 291.
I don't know. Regardless, it was a horrible, horrible deal that's went on. Anybody to die, I don't care where you're at fighting for a country. But my argument, and it's just an opinion, and that's all we are, that my opinion is if you were born in 1900, you went through more in your life than any other time in our country.
Well, and there was just no infrastructure. So if you did not have anything, you did not have anything.
Nobody's going to save you.
There was nobody coming. You struggle today, like we talked about with Cam Smith. Well, spoiler alert, because this comes out earlier. But, homeless people are choosing to be homeless because...
Yeah. Back then, you didn't have no choice.
Right. So, anyway.
Yeah. Those kids that grew up in Appalachia in the 20s and the teens and stuff, that was a hard scrabble life. That was a tough way to go. And it's still that way for a lot of people. But a lot of people today... They've chose to live a shitty life.
Yeah.
If you want to go to college, you truly want to go to school and get an education, you have absolutely nothing, you can go to school, live in the dorms, have food to eat, and go to school.
Yeah.
That wasn't there a long time ago. So the opportunity is there for everyone, but you got to go take it.
Yep.
It ain't going to be given to you. All right.
We got to get off here because I got to get this episode up.
See you, bye.
Where is it at? Okay, go check out our great sponsors. Go check out Pacific Calls, Dive Bomb Industries, Double T British Kennels Mossberg, Boss Shot Shells, Ducks Unlimited, Looking Glass Podcast, Shin Gear, Dirty Duck Coffee, Lucky Duck, Stanfield Outfitters, Alpha Outdoor Specialties,